Okay, hello everybody. Iron sharpening iron today. Here with Jeremy, exercising ahead of Thanksgiving, by the way. Maybe that's a good thing, right? Maybe I should double down so that I don't have any, what's that called? Uh, Tryptophan coma? Is that what
Yeah,
is that?
there you go.
You will see that I, compared to the last time around, I have a little more. Let me jinx myself right now. Excuse the French. Merde. All right. Now, what's that called when you have your body says, "Oh yeah, I've been down this road before"?
Yeah, so we were talking earlier about, there's a period of time when you are getting your new prosthetic that everybody's preoccupied with the person using it all day, every day, as much as they can, because we really want the brain to integrate the prosthetic into movement. And we've really hit that nicely here over the last couple of months with all this hard work that's been going on. And so even if the leg was off for a week or two, it doesn't matter. It's all in there still. You've got that learning that's already occurred. So it's a bit like, learning to ride a bike. Even if you're off a bike for a period of time, if you've been on a bike a lot when you're a kid, it's all in there. You'll get that bike back again. You'll be able to walk again.
Thank you, Jeremy. I'm going to talk about something we just got through talking about on the heels of a lot of the difficult last 96 hours. Don't get old, Jeremy. I was saying on the video, the YouTube video took hours to upload because it's an hour and a half vid about what these crazy last 4 days have been for me. Just attack after attack, whispers of doubt, depression, discouragement, because I was cooped up, locked up in my house. We were talking about the catastrophization. Can you elaborate?
Yeah. There's a section of the brain called the amygdala, and its job is to protect you. And if you're feeling vulnerable or you're recovering from an injury, illness, or surgery, that amygdala gets red hot. And one of the things the amygdala will do is it'll take situations that are stressful and give you the worst case scenario. It's called catastrophizing. And that's sort of the amygdala planning ahead. It's trying to figure out what's the best way to protect you, when the walls start caving in and everything's on fire. So in that moment in time, you look around you and nothing's on fire, everything's okay, but still you're in that future projection mode of like trying to figure out what's the best way to stay safe. So that's the amygdala.
I was speaking that lingo, but using different words to arrive at that same, I guess, conclusion. One of the things that I was just telling Jeremy was, as I'm approaching 60, officially soon, was that I have always, because of the nature of the work that I do, I've always remained a couple steps ahead of what is about to unfold, such as being able to see, well, the Saudis are purchasing Batman, in essence. They're going to own Batman. Saudi Arabia is going to own Batman. That's a very important thing to me. And it was important when Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan were pushing the theological concepts in the movie that then James Gunn's crew has wiped clean, right? But the Saudis are, first of all, they have I think it was a $7 or $9 trillion war chest to back up what they're planning on doing in the movies and stuff. The acquisition itself, I think, is something to the tune. The bid is like at 80 billion, something to that effect. Padres, by comparison, 2 billion, right? It looked like chump change by comparison, and yet 2 billion, right? But the Saudis are not going to play this woke, pushing lesbian space witches and Star Wars, none of that jazz. They're not going to put up with any of that crap. And I asked the question on an earlier video, if I go to, they have a $1 billion investment already on a Universal Studios style, but it's called the Warner Brothers Park in Abu Dhabi. It's been up and around for about 7 years now. It's $1 billion. It's enclosed, like Mall of America, fully air conditioned. And on the new post that this will be a part of, you'll see the roller coasters and the attraction, everything, all first class, all in English. Kevin freaking Conroy who's the voice of Batman, in English is narrating that particular Batman ride. And so they've already had an investment in all of this. And they won't be pushed around. It'll be Hollywood 2.0 offshore that doesn't have to answer to the leftists, for lack of a better way of putting it. They can, there's no gender confusion, gender fluidity. And that's not to say that, because I've said it on other broadcasts, this is not anti-same-sex anything, nor pro-same-sex anything. This is just to say, don't push it down the throat to the extent of what Target did, of having a promotional vehicle of clothing for toddlers. We're talking about little kids for tummy tuck of their genitals. This to me was absolutely disgusting. Keep the kids out of things like that. And they've suffered, and I've called for boycotts of them, the Queen of Beers. Anytime somebody tries to, for a chicken dinner, who's the Queen of Beers?
I can't remember. Budweiser. Sorry, I'm not a beer drinker.
Goody two-shoes over here. So, I wouldn't drink Coronas either.
Coronavirus, there you go.
I don't like when things have suddenly mysteriously a name attached to them. It lends suspicion, but the catastrophizing as you get older, here's a word to the wise, doesn't get less, it gets worse. Mm-hmm. So like right now, there's pros, but there's cons. This is my cautionary message for you right now, that 3 steps ahead when you're going through turmoil of this idea that Chicken Little, the sky is falling, and I'm going to march, there's all this catastrophe. Well, meanwhile, you start playing out scenarios in your head. If A then B, if B then C, that may not happen. And I've said on multiple broadcasts, the Lord remains minimum 10 steps ahead of everybody. So he's already played out all these possible scenarios, if indeed there's free will, right? If Batman decides to go to Abu Dhabi to check out the amusement park, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen, based on choices or based on what I, the Lord, paraphrasing, may allow to happen, right? Oh, the chair breaks down. Or even somebody, a pickpocket comes. Something to that effect, right? Something. I'm not wishing that on myself nor any of you. But I'm just saying I play these scenarios out of my head because that comes with the baggage of asking for wisdom, a little Sophia insight. So maybe sometimes it is okay to fly a little less insightful naivete, right? Mm-hmm. And but if you are asking to be part of this dangerous first wave, right? For a chicken dinner, Jeremy, you haven't won many.
I haven't.
Who usually gets sent to the front lines of battle first in the armed forces?
This
is arguably, because you ask one outfit and they'll say the other outfit. They won't. There's no unanimous consensus on this.
You mean the Army or the Marines?
Yeah. In all the armed force divisions, who gets sent first?
Well, the Marines want to go in first, I know that, but a lot of times the Army goes in.
That's what I say. It's the Army or the Marines.
Yeah.
Get this man some chicken.
Finally.
Be like baked or fried.
Well, that's only because I worked with the VA for so many years. Okay. I worked with so many vets, and especially in the Marines, and they would definitely let everybody know that they were the first ones in, and those Army guys were pulling up the rear.
I'm going to stop here, but not stop the video. One last thing I want to say is Jeremy remarked that along this journey, the last 96 hours have been very discouraging, very sad for me. I took a lot of hits for the team. You're welcome. That's real leadership. A lot of growth, but a growth that happened also in part out of this hard to reconcile in my head thing that I look down when the artificial leg is off, and I have a stump, and I just can't wrap my mind around it. And Jeremy was comforting, saying, this is a very common feeling that happens. And we then got to talking about if one door closes, we didn't say it in this way, but if one door of opportunity seems to be shutting, another door of opportunity will open. The Lord is well aware and it goes back to if A then B. What were you saying to me that many people, soldiers or people who have lost their limbs years down the road, still say that? I can't really believe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, when
End with this.
as I was working with vets over the years, I've worked with different soldiers, Persian Gulf primarily, who survived a IED, but lost a leg, lost an arm, maybe lost both. And they would tell me that even 8, 10 years after the fact, at that time, they still are shocked every morning when they look down and it's not there. And so it's sort of like a continual, everyday sort of a re-acknowledgement of reality, and you just sort of get up and you take on life.
You also said that I've reached past a point where people stop.
Yeah, so as I was kind of alluding to earlier, was you, through all the hard work you've done, you've really met the goal of integrating the leg into your activities. Your brain has learned how to use this thing now. So even if you took it off for a week or two and you put it back on, it's still there. It's not, you'll just take off again like you did before. Maybe a little shaky at first, but it's in there. So it's all in there.
I could go on, but I think this is a good place to stop. Check the materials. What this is a part of, the study material is about Peter having a visitor that wasn't on the itinerary in the prison, and it was a guardian angel, an angel that came and removed the shackles, and suddenly he was walking free out of the prison, seemingly at impossible odds. And that would be my wish for any of you who are going through what I just went through. I went through, it was like hell week, Jeremy, but it can only get better, right? After you've been through it, it can only get better at that point. That's a word of encouragement to myself, and also to, Jeremy, for chicken dinner, or how about some french fries to go with the chicken? You won chicken already.
Sure.
What is the plural of y'all?
Oh boy. Y'alls?
All y'all.
All y'all. There you go.
Bye-bye, everybody.